Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here on the TikTok platform for the Madness Racing League's Truck Series. Getting ready to tack on the Atlanta Motor Speedway 2008 style on the old surface here tonight in Hampton, Georgia. To get ready to take on this 1.5-mile asphalt oval. Sold out in the stands tonight for 84,500 asses. Ready to watch the Madness Racing League's TNA Truck Series take on race number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll throw it down here to the main broadcast where these drivers are getting ready to go racing here. They're locking in these trucks for the final bits of the qualifying practice session, and getting ready to switch over to the qualifying session. Speaking of that, you see Freddie the Flagman waving around the flag. That means we're getting ready to head to the qualifying session. We'll go ahead and kill the music here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And we'll throw up tonight's national anthem as these guys get ready to go qualifying. We'll salute the troops. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to go racing down here for the qualifying session for the Madness Racing League TNA Truck Series. That's the total non-stop action. That's what it should be here tonight around the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll kill the music down just a little bit here so we don't kill anybody's ears as we look in to find our first contestant out here on the racetrack here tonight for the qualifying session. And it looks like it's going to be the number 59, Tyler's Pub of the Pier, Chevy Silverado from Clemson, South Carolina. That's cousin Big Country Kyle Fountain ripping through the gears here, coming off of pit road. Kyle Fountain running full-time here in the TNA Truck Series for Season 2 for the Madness Racing League. Looking for his first pole on the year. He'll sail up to the top side of the racetrack here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Atlanta Motor Speedway here in Hampton, Georgia. Old asphalt is in effect here tonight. No repay for these guys. Kyle Fountain will come across the stripe now. He is on the board here for his qualifying session. Riding around with cousin Big Country Kyle Fountain as he sails the top side through turns 1 and 2. Kyle Fountain, big loose off the corner there, able to hold on to it down the back straightaway. Is Kyle Fountain, the older brother James Fountain, the number 24 Chevy Silverado in the field here tonight. Big brother trying to get on the top of the board here. He'll climb the top of the banking here through turns 3 and 4 for the Tyler's Pub of the Pier Chevy Silverado. We'll try a bunch of different things here tonight. We'll try to get these guys one lap apiece here. Is Kyle Fountain jump up there to the second place behind his brother on the board. We'll switch over here to the number 18 Red Bull Ford F-150 of Trent Hughes from Troy, Alabama. Trent Hughes driving for his older brother. So a couple pair of brothers out here in the field tonight. Trent Hughes, Terry Hughes, Kyle Fountain, James Fountain. Trent Hughes sailing through turns 3 and 4 in that Ford F-150 off the corner here through the Geico restart zone on the dog leg. Trent Hughes, where will he post here? Trent Hughes, 6th fastest right there. Here comes the number 99 closeout back Chevy Silverado from Park Ridge, New Jersey. Sooner or later, I'm going to win one of these races. Referring to Jerry Powers, talking about his 2 close runner-ups after leading 100-plus laps here in the Madness Racing League. Jerry Powers just keeps getting snubbed from that victory. Hopefully he can find it here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedways. He's on the clock for his qualifying session. He'll try the top side through turns 1 and 2 here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We're back here on the backstretch. What a shot of Jerry Powers. These guys are absolutely going crazy here. I was kicking it out here earlier with these guys at their barbecue cookout. They have a bunch of Miller Lights and hamburgers. Couldn't beat it. Hell of a pack here. A way to go for the fans on the backstretch for sharing their lunch with me. Here comes Jerry Powers coming across the dog leg. Where will he post? Jerry Powers, 4th fastest here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Here comes the number 23 Gorilla Mine Machine, John Michael Bryant, as he closes out his qualifying lap. Here's the Maynard Motor 02 Booty Scoot Racing on the hood. Big shout out to the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard, Ford F-150. We'll ride along with him as he goes for his 7th fastest for his first lap. The Maynard Motor 02 machine down on the bottom side of the racetrack now. What a beautiful paint scheme. Got the Booty Scoot Racing logo on the front of the hood. So a big shout out to Nicholas Maynard here. We'll ride with him as he goes down the back stretch for the final time here for his qualifying lap. The number 02 picked up the win in the Xfinity Series this past Saturday at the Atlanta Motor Speedway reconfigure where they were drafting. He locked his way into the championship race. He comes through the dog leg now for the qualifying session. Where will the kid post? 3rd fastest for Nicholas Maynard as we switch over here to the number 81 Red Bull Ford F-150 Troy, Alabama. Driver, team owner Terry Hughes Jr. Got a couple chartered trucks in the field here tonight. Terry Hughes Jr. tries the middle side, slash the bottom. Really couldn't push up off the bottom. They're not able to get down to where he wanted to go. Terry Hughes Jr. through the dog leg here. Looking to post a lap here for the first time tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Terry Hughes Jr. will go to the 7th place spot on the board. Here comes the Red Bull Ford triple deuce of Chris Knighty, the other 81XI. Truck Series entry here for the TNA Total Non-Stop Action Truck Series. Chris Knighty comes across the board. 11th fastest time here. He's currently the only other truck out here on the board with Terry Hughes Jr. will ride along with the driver, team owner of Terry Hughes Jr. as he's big loose through turns 3 and 4, but able to hold on to it. Terry Hughes Jr. flipping through the dog leg here. Where will he post? Big loose there off the corner. Here comes Chris Knighty, the other 81XI chartered entry here. Trying his best to get down on the bottom side of the racetrack here in that Red Bull number. Triple deuce has got some speed in it. Here he comes across the dog leg. Pow! Chris Knighty, 7th fastest there, so able to jump up about 6 spots there. And that looks like that's everybody on the ticker right now as they run here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for the qualifying session. So we'll pull up the results here. Looks like going to be James Fountain On the pole here tonight, driving the number 24, Chase Johnson Racing. Chartered entry here tonight, Kevin Tinkles to get the second place spot, followed by Nicholas Maynard in that third place spot here as the qualifying session rounds up here, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the Madness Racing League TNA Total Nonstop Action Truck Series Season 2, race number 4, live here from the old Atlanta Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, it's starting to flip over. Means that these guys are getting ready to go grid these race cars. We're getting ready to go lock and loaded here tonight for the Madness Racing League's Bass Pro Shop 150, live here on the Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, you're driving around with Billy the Blimp driver. Is going to be giving us some action-packed shots all night long around the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Here tonight for the Bass Pro Shops 150 as these guys continue to fill in the field here. We're getting ready to start off tonight's driver's introduction. Starting on the pole, driving the number 24 Valvoline Chevy Silverado from Greenville, South Carolina. That's James Fountain. Starting on the outside of him, driving the number 4 Budweiser Chevy Silverado from Hawthorne, New Jersey. That's going to be Kevin Tinkos. Driving the number 02 Booty Scoot Racing Maynard Motors Ford F-150 from Welford, South Carolina. That's Nicholas Maynard. Driving the number 99 CloseoutBats.com Chevy Silverado from Park Ridge, New Jersey. That's going to be Jerry Powers. Starting in the 5th place spot here tonight from Greer, South Carolina, driving the Flow Racing Chevy Silverado, the Season 1 Total Nonstop Action Truck Series champion, Chase Johnson. Starting on the outside of him in the 3rd row, driving the number 59 Tyler's Pull of a Pair Chevy Silverado from Clemson, South Carolina. That's cousin Big Country, Kyle Fountain. Driving the 81 X-Side chartered entry, the Triple Deuce Ford Red Bull F-150 from B-Town, Indiana. That's Chris Knighty. Driving the number 81 Red Bull Ford F-150 driver, team owner from Troy, Alabama. That's Terry Hughes Jr. Starting behind Terry Hughes Jr., driving the number 18 third and final charter entry for the 81 Xi. So these guys must have similar setups inside of those race cars, qualifying right there behind each other. That's going to be the younger brother of Trent Hughes. Starting on the bottom side of the racetrack here below him, going to be in the 10th place spot here tonight from Greer, South Carolina. That's your mom's favorite driver, driving the number 23 Gorilla Mine Ford F-150, John Michael Bryant. Starting on the outside of him, driving the number 7 Marshall Rock and Roll Racing Ford F-150 from Belzer, South Carolina. That's the number 7 of Travis Wall. Making his Booty Scoot Racing debut here tonight, driving the Uncle Sam July 4th Michelob Ultra Chevy Silverado from Elk Grove, California. They don't call him Young Money for no reason. That's Young Money, Alex Morales. Starting on the bottom side of him, driving the Home Run Cafe, number 33, Chevy Silverado from Greer, South Carolina. Owner of the Home Run Cafe. Go check him out at 810 North Main Street. That's Tony Cook. Starting behind him, driving the number 6 Toyota TRD Tundra Pro from Tempe, Arizona. That's the 25-year-old father of 3, Blake Hochschild. The hometown driver here tonight, driving the 777 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro BKM Racing. 777 here from Martinsville, Georgia. That's Bobby Kyle. Ladies and gentlemen, here from the admin, Holden Wheeler will miss the start here. He'll start from the pit lane, and he'll round out the tail end of the field here in the 16th place spot. Ladies and gentlemen, ain't this what you came to watch here tonight? Race number 4, slowly picking off season 2 for the Madness Racing League here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. If you tuned in last night, you got one hell of a show for the Next Gen Cup Series as they took on the Nashville Super Speedway for the Honky Tonk 150 that saw the number 5 right there, Showtime Chase Johnson, bring home the victory in the Next Gen Cup Series, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Riptide Tesner out of the Knights field. He'll serve as one race suspension for aggressive driving here tonight. For the Total Nonstop Action Truck Series, we'll see him back in action next Saturday night for the Xfinity Series for playoff race number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Peter the pace car is going to hang the left on the pit road. Here comes James Fountain through the Geico restarts. Oh, we are green here in the Bass Pro Shop. 150 live here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway here in Atlanta, Georgia. Kevin Tanko's battles here on the outside as they dive into turns 1 and 2 here. Here comes the 81XI Ford F-150s of Terry Hughes, Trent Hughes, and Chris Knighty selling off turns 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Big time loose off the corner, bam, hard on the outside wall. Caution flag will fly here for the triple deuce of Chris Knighty as he hits big time hard on the outside wall down the back straightaway off turn 2. We will back that ass up as we always do here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for an instant replay presented to you by Pop Sports Bet Swings. Go get your custom port handcrafted bet swing today. We're looking underneath the caution flag for Chris Knighty, and indeed is what he was saying, probably out the front of that race car. We'll take a look here as Chris Knighty was down on the bottom side of the racetrack here of his driver team owner, Terry Hughes Jr. Just gets a little loose off the corner, sailing bam hard on the outside, inside wall. Here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, he'll collect the safety barrier part. That's the good part about it. The AMR safety crew will come out here, but the left front is toast on the triple deuce. Red Bull Ford F-150 underneath the caution flag for the first time here tonight. We'll be back in just a moment here. We complete one lap here. Looks like James Fountain's going to be the race leader. We'll be back in just a moment. Underneath the caution flag here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, live here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway here for Chris Knighty. Here's the remaining schedule for the Madness Racing League Season 2 Total Nonstop Action Truck Series, ladies and gentlemen. A couple guys bringing it down pit road. Nicholas Maynard will come down pit road here at the back of our eye here. We're attacking on Atlanta Motor Speedway, the 4th race of the year here, ladies and gentlemen. It is win and you're in. So somebody has the chance to lock themselves into the playoffs. Here tonight for the Truck Series, we're heading short track racing 2 weeks from now at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And my golly, that should be one hell of a race. Then we'll end the season at the Kentucky Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, hometown of my family. We'll jump back down here on the main broadcast where the AMR safety crew is just patched up down here on the bottom of the safety barrier off turns 2 where Chris Knighty smacks the inside wall pretty hard. His guys are still down there beating away on that triple deuce machine. John Michael Bryan will come out of pit road. Nicholas Maynard will serve a drive-through right there for absolutely no reason, but we'll listen to the radio here. We'll listen to number 02, Nicholas Maynard, battling some fuel pressure issues inside of that Ford Mustang. They told him recirculate the ECU in there, see if they can't get that thing refired here. Hopefully we'll get the patch to go racing here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel this time around. Ladies and gentlemen, we see you guys chatting it up over here on the right side of the screen in the chat. If you guys are interested in joining the Madness Racing Lead, I'll go ahead and throw up the code for you guys. Go ahead and screenshot this code on your screen. It'll take you directly to the Discord invite link. Get you guys added in here. We'll get you out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel where I can desperately mess up your name oh so badly here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking for the next race for the Madness Racing League, you'll have to wait till next Saturday night, ladies and gentlemen, when the Madness Racing League's Xfinity Series takes on that playoff race number 2 at the Richmond Raceway. Some short track racing coming up here in the Madness Racing League, the Next Gen Cup Series, We'll head to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for their Stars and Stripes event here, celebrating the veterans. Tons of veterans in the field tonight. The number 59 Air Force veteran Kyle Fountain is in the field. Terry Hughes Jr., I believe, was a U.S. Navy veteran at some point. But ladies and gentlemen, tons of guys in the field. Missing Alfonso Claudio here tonight. Corey Riptide Tesner underneath the caution flag here for Chris Knighty, getting a little loose off turn 2. It's going to be James Fountain on the bottom side with Kevin Tankos from Hawthorne, New Jersey, ripping up a line outside. Jerry Powers has hit a home run in qualifying, no pun intended, for the closeoutbats.com, number 99. He's got the third place spot here to work with on the restart. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be really slick here for these guys. They're going to have to manage these tires all night long. That's why they replayed the damn place. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Peter's going to hang the left on the pit road this time by here. You're getting ready to go racing here for the Bass Pro Shot 150. James Fountain steps on it here, everybody. Ripping through the gears. Travel Wall down on the bottom side. He'll have all the opening above him if he needs it. But Blake Hotshot will move that Toyota TRD Tundra Pro to the top side. I'll flip the speaker back green here because we're back green racing here in the Bass Pro Shot 150. Off of turns 1 and 2 here. Again, looks like everybody's able to keep it clean this time. Down the back straightaway, it's a drag race between Jerry Powers and James Fountain for the race lead. You can throw a blanket over the top 4 here, side by side, 3 rows back. Kyle Fountain's in the picture as well. Here comes Terry Hughes Jr. looking for the slide job off the bottom side of the racetrack. Not able to complete it over Big Country Kyle Fountain, but Kyle Fountain will lift in, think better of it here. Jerry Powers will sail down on the bottom side of the racetrack now, looking for the race lead here over James Fountain. These guys are absolutely shitting and getting here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Down the back straightaway, James Fountain has the lead over Kevin Tankos, Jerry Powers, Chase Johnson. And here comes Kyle Fountain scraping the wall here just a little bit across turns 1 and 2. Down into turns 3 and 4, Travo Wallace door to door with Holden Wheeler. Bobby Kyle, the hometown guy, looking to make his way through the field. That's the younger brother of Trent Hughes down there, that number 18 Ford F-150 battling on the inside of Bobby Kyle. Travel Wall will rip the middle side of the racetrack here. Ladies and gentlemen, tons of grooves, tons of lanes for these guys to race. It's Nicholas Maynard and looks like John Michael Bryant. Race door to door back here with Alex Young Money Morales down the back straightaway. Alex Morales making his Booty Scoot Racing debut here tonight in his Chevy Silverado, number 19 from Elk Grove, California. Here comes the Boogeyman powering on the outside, trying to make passes over the number 19. It looks like he's able to clear himself. Here comes the kid of Nicholas Maynard, supporting the blue and black Booty Scoot Racing colors on top of that machine. Here comes Tony Cook filing in the back half of the field here. Everybody looks like they got it under control here. Here comes Blake Hochschild trying to run down the guys in front of him here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, riding out the front bumper of Travo Wall. Travo Wall really able to hold that race car there on the top side of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4 as everybody begins to pick off laps here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Kevin Tankos has worked his way over Jerry Powers for that second place spot. Here comes the hometown guy of Bobby Kyle trying to make a pass here. And it looks like Terry Hughes Jr. will make a pass over Kyle Fountain there as these guys continue to battle door to door. Back here into turns 3 and 4, Jerry Powers will lose a little bit of touch there to Kevin Tankos. James Fountain trying to hold that number 24 Abilene machine just straight here and run it up off the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, the key to tonight's topics of tonight's races is stay on top of the racetrack here. This racetrack is going to change tremendously throughout tonight's event here. You don't want to overdo the balance. You've got to stay on top of these race cars if you're going to be adjusting the brake balance to help with the handling conditions. This racetrack acts like a cheese grater to these Goodyear rubber tires. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Fountain has soared up to the back bumper of Terry Hughes Jr. The battle is on here through turns 3 and 4. Heading back through the dogleg. Kyle Fountain, big loose off the corner there, but he's able to hold on to it. That will make him not have the run that he needs to get to the back bumper of Terry Hughes Jr. Terry Hughes Jr. will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack, though, last time around, as he looks on the inside of the number 5 Flow Racing Season 1 champion of Chase Johnson, who's walked behind the number 99 closeout bat machine of Jerry Powers down the back straightaway. Somebody's big loose back here. That looks like the number 18 of Trent Hughes, the younger brother of the driver team owner, driving for his older brother, Terry. Trent Hughes able to hold on to that machine below. Now he's battling on the bottom side of John Michael Bryant. Look at this battle right here. Trent Hughes not going away from John Michael. Door to door here, Chase Johnson slowly coming up to that back door here. He begins to reach the top side of the racetrack. He'll collect the outside safer barrier. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Kevin Tankos is trying to strike a move down here for the race lead. He'll try on the bottom side of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4 here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You'll have to give it to James Fountain. He's able to clear himself from the top side lane here. Ladies and gentlemen, the battle is on here for the race lead, and it looks like the top lane is the place to be right now. It's Kyle Fountain will sell that number 59. Jim Fountain Racing Chevy Silverado to the top line right here through turns 1 and 2, able to paint the fence there. He'll get a big run to the back bumper of Terry Hughes Jr. here. See what he does down into turns 3 and 4. Will Kyle Fountain commit to the top side here? Yes, indeed he will. Big Country Kyle Fountain trying to make the pass around this blue oval 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. But Terry Hughes Jr. will throw the block on the number 59. Kyle Fountain have to jump up out the gas there. And Chase Johnson will clear himself across the front bumper here with the battle for the race lead. He's on here, and you'll have to give it to Kevin Tankos the last lap around as he works his way for a slide job across the number 24. Not able to clear himself, and yes, he does. Looking out the back half of the number 4 Budweiser machine of Kevin Tankos. You talk about one ballsy move there. He'll throw the slide job over the number 24, James Fountain. But James Fountain's going to battle back hard here down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. Caution flag is in the air. Caution flag is in the air here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like for the number 7 of Travo Wall as he's working his way back down from the bottom side of the racetrack here. We'll throw up the instant replay. And if it ain't Travo Wall, we'll apologize here. We'll take a look and see what the hell just happened here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Tony Cook is working back here. Alex Marola is already off the racetrack. Travo Wall head on back here down in the bottom side. Saberberry will back that ass up here, riding door to door with John Michael Bryant. And maybe a little bit of a cage rattled here. We'll take a look here. Riding through turns 3 and 4. John Michael Bryant on the inside. Travo Wall on the outside here. Maybe a little bit of contact there, meeting in the middle, racing ordeal. But Travo Wall will pow hard in the inside wall there. Almost took out one of those must-go inside lights here. The Marshall Rock and Roll Racing number 7, a Ford Mustang, a Travo Wall. Was tore up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll back that ass up one more time here. And ride out the left front here of Travo Wall as he was battling door to door with the boogeyman John Michael Bryant. We'll take a look here and see what the hell just happened. Down on the left side here, contacts made it a left rear and bang! Hard to the inside, safer barrier for Travo Wall here. Travo Wall up there in age, can't be taking many of those shots here, but the Carolina Hurricane fan will take it down on the bottom side of the racetrack. He'll bring it down to that Rock and Roll Racing pit crew. They'll try to get it going back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looks like Kevin Tankos in the Budweiser number 4 Chevy Bowtie will be the race leader. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. The Madness Racing leads total non-stop action. Reminding you to totally non-stop go check out TCW Employee-Owned Trucking Services. Delivering you all your stuff all across the upstate of South Carolina and the East Coast here. Go hit up Keyshawn Hill. He'll be one of those guys to bring it to you. Looks like pit stops are starting early here. Here comes the number 5 of Showtime, Chase Johnson, the Season 1 champion. He'll bring it down pit road here. We'll have to see what the number 5 of Showtime, Chase Johnson, does. Here comes Travo Wall, Nicholas Maynard, Tony Cook, and Alex Young Money Morales still on there on pit road. Looks like Chase Johnson's going to take at least right side Goodyear tires here. They'll jack up, yes, the left side of the tires as well. As Travo Wall has drove through Nicholas Maynard's box here. His guys will have to work around Travo Wall's truck here. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe things getting a little bit dicey here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. They'll jack up the left side of the race car down for Nicholas Maynard's 4 Goodyear tires. For the number 02 machinist, the Rock and Roll Racing's number 7 had to back up there. Here comes Tony Cook off pit road as well. That'll be the battle off pit road. Travo Wall has to back into his pit stall here. Big damage there, the number 7. He's the reason underneath the caution flag there after getting a little bit loose out of the corner. Tony Cook back out on the racetrack. And Showtime Chase Johnson will catch the tail end of the field. No lucky dog this time around on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Chris Snidey is left the racetrack here. He is taking the infield trip to the infield care center. Excuse me. You try saying that 3 times fast. Ladies and gentlemen, we are underneath the caution flag for the second time here tonight for the Bass Pro Shops 150 for the Madness Racing League Total Non-Stop Action Truck Series. They're giving us a lot of that total non-stop action. There's the driver owner of the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. And he's had a great race up to this point so far. Only 15 laps to judge him from. He's working his way back up through the field here. Jerry Powers, Mr. Second Place. 2 second place finishes for the number 99 of Jerry Powers. Looking to break the streak here. The night he rounds out that 3rd place spot here. Still trying to get up through the field here in that number 99. He'll ask for an air pressure adjustment when they come down here. James Fountain had a rocket ship here for the first 15 to 10 laps here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Was really able to drive that number 24 Chase Johnson Racing Valvoline machine out to the front there to a pretty decent lead, but Kevin Tankos Mr. Tire Saver, we know all about him here. He's picked up tons of wins here in the Madness Racing League. I believe he is a 5 or 6 time winner here in the Madness Racing League. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Tanko's looking to do something here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Down on the bottom side of the racetrack will be about, looks like, going to be 7 cars compared to the outside 6 here. So 16 guys start the race here tonight. For the Bass Pro Shop 150, Johnny Morris is in attendance here tonight for the Madness Racing League's Truck Series. Kevin Tankos is going to have it in his hands through the Geico restart zone. Peter LeBay's car will hang the left on the pit road. Big tire spin there from Kyle Fountain. Holden Wheeler able to jack up on the gas there to prevent disaster. But there goes John Michael Bryant going around. Caution flag fly. Caution flag flies here for the number 23 Creekwater River Whiskey Ford F-150 of John Michael Bryant, the Gorilla Mine. 23 goes around here on the restart. We've seen a ton of guys spinning Goodyear rubber here on the restart. We'll back that ass up with John Michael Bryant. Make sure you grab you a piece here. We'll take a look and see what happened to the number 23 as he goes sliding through your living room here on the infield grass. And it started back here with the number 5 of Showtime, Chase Johnson. Looks like John Michael Bryant and Chase Johnson here. Chase Johnson trying on the inside. He'll just clip the outside of John Michael Bryant, sending for a ride here through the infield grass right on the exit of pit road. We'll back that ass up one more time here. And right out the back bumper of John Michael Bryant. We'll take a look here and see what the hell just happened on this instant replay. See if we can't get a good look out the left rear. Chase Johnson definitely all up in the quarter panel there. Sends John Michael Bryant around on the infield grass. John Michael Bryant able to get on the brakes though and lock it down. So no damage. Besides to the left rear quarter panel of the number 23 Creekwater River Risky, whatever the hell you want to call it, Ford F-150. You see the damage right there, scraped up on the left end. We'll take that commercial break. John Michael Bryant's able to get it refired. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're on the TikTok platform. Talk about TikTok. You're looking for content. Make sure you go check you out. A racing electronics scanner. Go get you one today. Listen to John Michael Bryant, driver of the number 23 machine. Catch him to the back of the base car. He's absolutely screaming underneath that driver radio. And if you had you one of your racing electronics scanners, you could hear him today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go back down here on the main broadcast, though, where the caution flag has been flown here. Everybody's catching up. Behind Peter the pace car, John Michael Bryant's going to bring that number 23 down the pit road. Travel Wall still down there, and his Rock and Roll Racing's trying to get the ball rolling here, no pun intended, and get that thing patched up here. Here comes John Michael Bryant down on the pit road to address the damage to that number 23 machine. Ladies and gentlemen, not much changed up here at the front of the pack on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Kyle Fountain had a bad fast number 59 Chevy Silverado there in the front half. He was spinning the tires there on the restart. Holden Wheeler cut up a brake there, able to get up on the gas. So some heads-up driving there, driving out the front bumper of the red hose number 11 Toyota TRD Pro of Holden Wheeler. Holden Wheeler from Mooresville, North Carolina. He'll make the trip over here to Atlanta, Georgia here tonight to take on race number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Madness Racing League Total Nonstop Action Truck Series Season 2. Race number 4, 73 degrees out here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are getting ready to be re-racked behind Peter the pace car here. We're underneath the caution flag for the second time here tonight. Caution flag comes out after Showtime Chase Johnson gets a little bit too much of the left rear quarter panel of the wingman John Michael Bryant, who will bring that number 23 off of pit road right now. Catch the back half of the field here. And as I'm hearing, it looks like Travel Wall being on pit road. There will be no wave around on this preview underneath this caution flag. You see Freddie the flagman holding up the flag with one hand, signaling to these guys to double file it up. We're getting ready to re-rack them and release them back here for the Bass Pro Shops 150, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Tankos from Hawthorne, New Jersey. Took a couple weeks off here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel trying to rebuild that program, and that Chevy Silverado has been trying to find some speed here for the Budweiser number 4 team, and it looks like they might have hit on something here tonight in Atlanta. He's currently up here in the first place spot, and he's got the fastest lap of the event, 21 laps into tonight's race. Ladies and gentlemen, James Fallon was battling a little bit of handling conditions there underneath the commercial break. We were listening into the number 24. He was complaining about how he can really only feel like he can commit to the top side, to the middle side of the racetrack here, or else he's skating on ice, just like a Disney character on Disney on Ice, whatever the hell he said. I know I got my racing electronic scanner. You should go grab yours here. Holden Wheeler's going to be door to door with the Big Country Kyle Fountain here. Bobby Kyle, the hometown kid, has been up here now to the 8th place spot from Artersville, Georgia. The crowd roaring as he made his way underneath behind Peter the pace car. He should hang that left on the pit road this time around, and we should be ready to go back racing here in the Bass Pro Shops 150. Everything's underneath the foot of Kevin Tankos. We are green here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Kyle Fountain spins his tires again on the restart. But this time, everybody's able to hold up here. Bobby Kyle down on the bottom side. Chase Johnson to make the jump to the top side. Not able to get the momentum he was looking for. Grabbing through the gears here. Chase Johnson will have to fall back in behind the 777 of Bobby Kyle. Bobby Kyle will stay down on the bottom side of the racetrack as they sail down the back straightaway. Door to door for the race lead is Kevin Tankos and James Fountain. They're working their way off turns 3 and 4. The battle for the race lead is on here. Here comes Holden Wheeler. He's up to the 3rd place spot, followed by Jerry Powers in that closeout pass, number 99. And here comes Terry Hughes Jr., the driver owner. And you can throw a blanket over these top 5 right here on Moody Scooter Racing Channel, battling for the race lead. James Fountain will get a little bit loose there and crack the outside safer barrier down the back straightaway. Bow ties followed by a Toyota. And another blue oval coming into the picture now. Chase Johnson's worked his way up through the traffic here. Kyle Fountain zoomed up to the top side of the racetrack here. It's where he's been handling all night long here. He said he felt like if he could get this car to really rip the top side of the racetrack, turn down, eat off the right rear tire, he'd be able to do some damage here. He's got a bad pass, number 59, Tyler Copeland, the Pierce Chevy Silverado. The the U.S. Air Force veteran down the back straightaway here, trying to get a run to the back bumper. Here comes Showtime Chase Johnson. He's got a run here to the inside of the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. They'll sail up the racetrack here. Chase Johnson committed to the high line here. Terry Hughes Jr. will hold a pretty line off of turns 3 and 4. Really able to gridlock the number 5 there with Jerry Powers on the bottom side. Use Jerry as a pick here as they work their way through the dog leg. Kevin Tankos is sailing away with the race lead. Looking out the back of the race leader, Kevin Tankos. Everybody pretty much fanned out throughout the field. A couple of them door to door back here. James Fallon really trying to work in that bottom lane in that number 24. Jerry Powers will sneak a peek in that number 99 closeout batch. Chevy Silverado. Here comes Chase Johnson. He's got a roll of momentum here, and he's got a little bit of drafting help from Kyle Fountain right behind him. These two guys trying to shake and bake Jerry Powers to hop up into line. Chase Johnson will jump back down, trying to make the pass over Terry Hughes Jr. here in this number 81 Ford F-150. Chase Johnson will have to try the bottom side of the racetrack here, riding out the front bumper of the Season 1 champion. Chase Johnson, as he's on a roll here with his momentum, he'll pull up door to door with Holden Wheeler. They'll battle down the back straightaway. Terry Hughes Jr. really comes off the gas there, looking at the SMT data, trying to save a little bit of something inside that number 81 Ford F-150, but Jerry Powers trying to do the same here as Tony Cook has worked his way up here to the top 7 on the Moody Scooter Racing Channel. And look at these guys back here. John Michael Bryant has caught the back bumper of Blake Hochschild and Kyle Fountain. We got a stacked up back here. Nicholas Maynard trying to work underneath the bottom side of the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant, who's back out on the racetrack 3 wide back here on the Moody Scooter Racing Channel. And Nicholas Maynard have to think better of it, dive it into turns 3 and 4 here. Look at these guys right here. Some big names here on the Moody Scooter Racing Channel like John Michael Bryant, Blake Hochschild, Nicholas Maynard, and the hometown guy, Bobby Kyle. Looking to make something shake. Bobby Kyle, 2-time winner here in the Madness Racing League. He won a Cup Series racing Season 1 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, where the Cup Series is headed 2 weeks from now, next Wednesday night. Ladies and gentlemen, down the back straightaway. Looks like the battle still heating up here between Nicholas Maynard and Blake Hochschild as Kyle Fountain has joined the party. Kyle Fountain will stay really committed to the top side of the racetrack once more here. He's starting to bleed a little bit of spots here. Nicholas Maynard representing the Moody Scooter Racing colors on the front of that number 02 machine, who will got the inside spots. We've got to show him a little bit of love here. Through the corner here, he's trying to battle with Blake Hochschild. Here comes the battle again. We got another stack up. This traffic's starting to come into advantage. John Michael Bryant on those 4 fresh Goodyear tires here, making his way through the field. You ride out the front bumper of the Creekwater River Whiskey, Ford F-150 John Michael Bryan as he's trying to navigate his way through the field here on these four fresh Goodyear tires. We told you guys, ladies and gentlemen, the topic of the night is staying on top of the racetrack. The admin said that they have added in one extra set of Goodyear tires for the night's event. This place, a cheese grater. It looks like Showtime Chase Johnson has made his way up to the race lead. Maybe a little bit of trouble here for Kevin Tankos here. So he got trouble off the back straightaway. Tony Cook goes around, bow, hard on the outside wall. Carson flag flies here on the Booty Scoops Racing channel. Tony Cook hard into the outside wall here down the back straightaway. We'll back that ass up here for the instant replay here. Make sure you grab you a piece here. We'll look out the back end of the number 33 of Tony Cook here. See what the hell just happened. Maybe some contact made between him and Holden Wheeler here. They were battling door to door through turns 1 and 2 here on the Booty Scoops Racing channel. Tony Cook down on the bottom, top side here, trying to navigate around the number 11. The number 11 just sails up the racetrack here. Bam! Hard on the inside, safer barrier for the number 33. Home Run Cafe Chevy Silverado of Tony Cook here. And he is not happy on that radio. We'll back that ass up one more time here and ride out the front bumper of Holden Wheeler in that number 11 Red Horse Toyota TRD Tundra Pro here from Mooresville, North Carolina. See what the hell just happened here. Is Tony Cook riding right behind him, trying to make the pass here on the outside. You see Tony Cook rolling up here. Holden Wheeler just doesn't see Tony Cook, sends it down there on the inside wall. Tony Cook hard there. And the caution flag flies here for Tony Cook here. The caution flag out for the third time here tonight. We'll take that commercial break and we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel underneath the caution flag for the third time here tonight. Here's Tony Cook, takes a hellacious shot to the inside, safer barrier. He's not happy. He's going to show his displeasure with the number 11 of Holden Wheeler. Looks like we got tons of guys bringing it down pit road here. We'll kill the music on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Try to walk you through tonight's pit stops here. Is everybody looking like they're finally going to bring these trucks down here? The leader, Chase Johnson, in that number 5, took 4 fresh Goodyear tires on the previous caution flag. We'll see what the number 5 does here. Will he risk another Goodyear set here? Only 32 laps into the night's event. It doesn't look like it here. They're not jacking up the right side of the race car, so it looks like it's going to be fuel only for the number 5 of Showtime Chase Johnson. James Fountain pull into his box as well. Anybody else going to look like they're not going to take tires? Doesn't look like it. Everybody's set with 4 Goodyear tires. Here comes Holden Wheeler. He's working his way off a pit road, but you have to give it to Kevin Tankos over James Fountain. How are they going to solve it here? Yes, Kevin Tankos over James Fountain. Holden Wheeler, Jerry Powers, Terry Hughes Jr. Here comes the Hochschild kid of Blake Hochschild. Big Country Kyle Fountain come out on the 10th place spot, followed by the hometown guy of Bobby Kyle. And here comes the Red Bull Ford F-150 81XI Racing chartered entry of Trent Hughes. Tony Cook still stuck down there on pit road, addressing the damage to that Home Run Cafe number 33 Chevy Silverado. And so is Young Money Alex Morales and that number 19 down from Elk Grove, California. Not the way he wanted to start his debut here tonight for the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looking back through the cycle here, John Michael Bryant was cutting some of the fastest laps on the racetrack that last time around. And that was because him and Nicholas Maynard, the guy right behind him, just took 4 fresh Goodyear tires on the previous caution flag. They worked their way up through the field here, and now they are the race leader in second place. They'll be the ones here staying out underneath the caution flag here. So everybody behind him, plus Chase Johnson, will not, Chase Johnson, Nicholas Maynard, and John Michael Brandt, the top 3 guys here, will not take tires. Chase Johnson will take tires underneath the previous caution flag. He'll get gas only right now, so he's full of Sunoco Racing fuel. Kevin Tankos has 4 fresh Goodyear tires and a full tank of Sunoco Racing fuel, getting ready to go back racing here on the restart with 33 laps complete. James Fountain, former race leader, pole sitter here tonight, driving the number 24 machine. He's got 4 fresh Goodyear tires on that number 24 and full of Sunoco race fuel. Nicholas Maynard and the rest of these guys will pack out back here in the front of the pack here. They're going to have to be careful. We've seen tons of tires spin out the number 59 of Kyle Fountain earlier on some of these 2015 lap old tires. This old surface very abrasive here. These guys are going to have to be on their P's and Q's. It's going to be in the hands of the boogeyman, John Michael Bryant, your mom's favorite driver. The crowd will roar here as they head through turns 3 and 4 here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 67 laps remaining here in the Bass Pro Shop 150. A big stack up here. Nicholas Maynard will spin his tires 4 wide here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Driving contacts made between Kevin Tinkos and Showtime Chase Johnson. They're able to hold on to it, diving into the corner here. Looks like we'll keep it green on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as Chase Johnson is able to hold on to that Chevy Silverado here. He'll lose a little bit of touch here. Big contact made there with Kevin Tinkos 4 wide. Nicholas Maynard starting up there in that second place spot will spin his tires. It looks like Kevin Tinkos had nowhere to go but the inside of Nicholas Maynard here, but that stacked them up big time 4 wide here going into turn 1. Everybody's able to hold on to these race cars. Nobody goes around to trigger the caution flag here. We got one guy that got loose here, and that's Showtime Chase Johnson. He had nowhere to go as well. Possibly didn't even know that he was probably 4 wide down the back straightaway. Here comes Holden Wheeler trying to get around the number 6 Paint Hoss machine of Blake Hochschild as they sail through turns 3 and 4 here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. James Bowden trying to get around the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant, battling for the race lead here across the line. The boogeyman not going to go away here from James Bowden. You're going to have to try it. John Michael Bryant, his favorite NASCAR driver is Kevin Harvick here. He said he was going to try to implement the Harvick line tonight. What's the Harvick line, you may ask? That's lift early to your full throttle early, ladies and gentlemen. Will it work out for the number 23? He's got him up here to the second place spot on the alternating pit strategy from the rest of the field here. Nicholas Maynard will round out the back half of the Blake Hochschild machine, followed by Bobby Kyle, Trent Hughes, and Tony Cook. Chase Johnson rolling out the tail end of the field after making contact there on the restart. None of his own doing. He'll get shipped 4 wide up the middle here with guys having to go places, spinning tires. Have to gather it back up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're approaching the 60 laps to go mark here very soon. Jerry Powers is working his way over here to the second place spot in that closeoutbats.com number 99 Chevy Silverado. What does Jerry Powers have to do to pick up a victory here in the Madness Racing League? 2 runner-up finishes of leading 100 plus or more laps here in the Madness Racing League, but doesn't have the trophy to show for it. John Michael Bryant, the rest of these guys absolutely banging it out here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, battling for this top 5. It's Kyle Fountain and John Michael Bryant down off of turn 2. Kyle Fountain really able to generate his momentum quite nicely off of turn 2 there. And he'll sail past John Michael Bryant. James Fountain sailing away with a race lead here. Down on the bottom side is Jerry Powers. He'll work his way in here. Everybody's single file throughout the pack here. 40 laps complete next time around here for the Madness Racing League. Total non-stop action. Truck Series, Bass Pro Shops 150. Here comes Terry Hughes Jr., the driver-owner, battling door-to-door with John Michael Bryant. Will throw up the battle boxes. It's the battle for the 4th and 5th place spot between Kyle Fountain as Kevin Tinkos is rolling under that back bumper for the 2nd place spot. Ladies and gentlemen, riding about 4,000, 5,000 feet above the racetrack here with Billy the Blimp Driver, giving you some amazing shots of the Atlanta Motor Speedway here in Hampton, Georgia. Jerry Powers, you can see it all the way from up here, really starting to close the distance on that number 24 Chevy Silverado. So 3 bow ties get loose on the top side of the racetrack here. 4 bow ties round out the top 4 here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. What a beautiful shot here around the Bass Pro Shop 150. The battle box here on the top right of your screen. Fountain, Tinkos, Powers, and the big Fountain brother battling it out here across the front stretch here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You are watching the Bass Pro Shop 150. Kyle Fountain will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. He'll cut a 31-13, the race leader. His younger brother, James Fountain, will cut a 31-21. So these guys are really putting down some barn burner up some laps here. Absolutely hauling ass around the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Everybody single file here, trying to navigate their tires here. Make sure that they hold on to them here. 3 sets are in the pits here. About 45, 48-ish laps in gas is what I was told by the admin. Everybody really able to hold on to themselves. Holden Wheeler rolling his way through the field here. Here comes Kevin Tinkos looking to battle that car for the race lead off of turn 22. Jerry Powers really screaming and hollering underneath the green flag here to his teammates, telling you I need an adjustment really bad here. I'm having to hold down on the bottom side. It's killing my drive off center corner. Had to scoot back up the top side of the racetrack here. Generates all my momentum back out of the draft as you see Kevin Tankos pull away for about a car length distance here. Can Jerry Powers starting to roll back in this closeoutbets.com. His base hit after base hit for this number 99 team of Jerry Powers, trying to get this closeout bets team to victory lane here. Several runner-up finishes as here comes the older brother of Kyle Fallon. Big country Kyle Fallon, the United States Air Force veteran. Looking like he's hitting Mach 3 speeds out here in this number 59 Chevy Silverado. Across the front stretch, he's got Tyler Poland here on this week on the side of that number 59 Jim Fallon Racing chartered entry. The battle for the race leads heating up here. Here comes Tevin Tankos. He'll try the middle side of the racetrack underneath James Fallon. A tight squeeze, will open up the door for Jerry Powers. Some awesome racing around the Atlanta Motor Speedway here. If you're just now tuning in, you're watching the Madness Racing League's total non-stop action. Truck Series, it is some damn good action here tonight. James Fallon, the race leader here across the line. Every lap led is 1 point added to your total score. Jerry Powers will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. He'll cut a 31.83. James Fallon will cut a 31.86. So near thousandths of a second off of each other here. But ladies and gentlemen, the lap times have fallen down about 2.5 seconds here from where they started on fresh Goodyear rubber here. And we're only about 12 laps into this green flag run. Because ladies and gentlemen, here comes Blake Koschal trying to run down the rest of the field. Here's a battle to look at. John Michael Bryan and Trent Hughes going at it back here. Trent Hughes driving the number 18. Ford F-150 for 81XI. Driving for his older brother, the Red Bull 18. Got some speed in it here, because he's really starting to run down this back bumper of the Gorilla Mine 23 machine of John Michael Bryan. Trent Hughes will go down on the bottom side of the racetrack here. He'll make up all the distance necessarily needed to get around the boogeyman. They'll battle door to door off of turns 1 and 2. Trent Hughes says, I'm tired of getting pushed around here. He'll have to try to fall back in line here and get the position back over the number 23 of John Michael Bryan. Nicholas Maynard right behind him here, selling up on the top side of the racetrack. Trent Hughes looking to try something different through turns 3 and 4. Scooting back up here, Jerry Powers from Park Ridge, New Jersey, has put the power down. He's the race leader off of turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway here, approaching the halfway mark a couple laps from now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Powers back out front here after leading 100+ laps at the Richmond Raceway 2 weeks ago, but didn't come on with the trophy. Can he hold on to it here tonight? We got over half the race left to go. James Fallon, Kevin Tankos battling door to door across the stripe. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Bass Pro Shop 150. We're going to throw it down onto the racetrack here for the Madness Racing League, fast and loud. Ladies and gentlemen, Terry Hughes Jr. is on a mission here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. James Fallon gets big loose in front of Terry Hughes Jr. right as we say something about the number 81 Red Bull Ford F-150. He has pulled a rabbit out of a hat. He has put the nitrous button down. As I'm over here looking at the lap times, Terry Hughes Jr. has got the fastest lap on the racetrack the last 2 previous lap times. We'll have to check him here and see what the hell happened. I would imagine that won't shake out for him as he just got a little loose there in front of him with James Fountain. We have the fastest lap on the racetrack to the second place driver, Kevin Tankos from Hawthorne, New Jersey. He gets a little loose there off the corner, really able to hold on to it though. The Budweiser number 4 there, we've seen him underneath the caution flag, making moves early there for the race lead to start tonight's event, as he was really able to get up there and make something shake. Blake Hochschild really battling some handling conditions inside of that number 6 paint Haas machine. You're riding on board with Blake Hochschild here. See his hands, see how busy he gets inside of turns 1 and 2 here. Really off the gas here. Blake Hochschild back to the right, back to the right, back to the right. Really trying to hold on to this race car, but it seems to be handling on quite well in that Toyota. But we've seen tons of Toyotas here. We got 2 more, him and Holden Wheeler, who have navigated their way up here to the top 5, running third and fourth right now. Terry Hughes Jr. is running 3rd place in that Ford Ovals. The Chevy bow ties have started to die down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channels. We've seen them be the guys to go around and be the fastest trucks on the racetrack to start tonight's event. Have things started to change here as the day continues to wear out here. The racetrack starts to get a little bit more rubber laid down inside of these corners here. The top lines really started to get painted in, starting to become dark there. These 2 Toyotas of Holden Wheeler and Blake Hochschild have navigated their way up 10 spots from where they have started. Terry Hughes Jr., that number 81 Ford F-150, currently running 3rd, up 5 spots from where he started. Kevin Tankos is the only guy currently right now running exactly where he started. That's in the 2nd place spot. Jerry Powers up 3 spots from where he started. That's the race leader down the back straightaway. He'll have Kevin Tankos right behind him, followed by Terry Hughes Jr., Blake Hochschild, and Holden Wheeler rounding out the top 5. So some big new names up here in the front, refusing to get pushed around here any longer in the Madness Racing League, showing some tremendous power here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway as we keep giving you some great shots through the corner. John Michael Bryant, Nicholas Maynard still going at it here. Kyle Fountain crosses the line. 44 laps to go here in the Bass Pro Shops 150. We've been green for about 24 laps now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the second. We've had 3 caution flags. This is the second green flag run that we've had that's kind of went a pretty good distance here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. John Michael Bryant and Nicholas Maynard have separated themselves from one another. Kyle Fountain and Bobby Kyle, don't get them confused here. One's the last name, one's the first name. They'll both sail the top side of the racetrack here. His cousin, Big Country Kyle Fountain, a couple years older than his little brother James Fountain, is right in front of him. Can he run down? Little brother James Fountain, or maybe around a couple cages here, trying to get up there to that top 5. Terry Hughes Jr. on the mission still. He'll cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. Terry Hughes Jr. with a 32.90, the race leader. Jerry Powers will cut a 33.16. So big difference in lap times here. It's Kevin Tankos right there on the tail of Terry Hughes Jr. He'll run a 32.78 this last time around. The leader will run a 33.13. Terry Hughes Jr. will run a 33 even. So about 3/10 faster there that last time for Kevin Tankos. This battle for the race lead shaking up here right now as Kevin Tankos has full head of momentum down the back straightaway. Heading into turns 3, battle for the race lead here as the crowd will stand up on their feet. 40 laps to go here in the next couple of laps. Kevin Tankos looking to win an oval race here. Jerry Powers never won here in the Madness Racing League. Can he finally do it together here? He's closing up that lead, though, that he has. As Kevin Tankos tries the top side, Jerry Powers will go opposite here. These guys absolutely putting on a show here on the WC Racing channel. This has opened up the door for Terry Hughes Jr. and Blake Hochschild. They need to figure it out here. Get single file, get that draft going here as we see Kyle Fountain doing the salsa slide off of turns 2 there. Big loose off the corner for the number 59. Down the back straightaway here. All these guys come. Nicholas Maynard moved up to the top 10 spot here. John Michael Bryant. Here comes the rock and roll racing machine of Trevo Wall and Trent Hughes. They're going at it here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 40 laps remain here. And look at this battle for the 3rd place spot. Blake Hochschild refuses to go away here as these Toyotas have absolutely came to life here on the back half of tonight's event. Blake Hochschild rode this Toyota up 11 spots here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And don't forget Terry Hughes Jr. driving that blue oval. He's run his way up here as well through the field, up 4 spots from where he started. He won't go away from this Toyota machine of Blake Hochschild. Blake Hochschild looking to suffocate the air to the front nose of the number 81, but Blake Hochschild will come in favor. He'll stay in the middle side. Terry Hughes will rip the top side of the racetrack. What a battle here between these two race cars, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Kyle, the hometown kid, is correct in top 8 here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. You are watching the Madness Racing League. The battle for the race lead is on here. Kevin Tanko's Big Loose committed to the top side of the racetrack here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go back on the top side on the right side of your screen, there it is, the YouTube page. You can check out all of our previous races. We've seen Kevin Tanko's quite do this thing before at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Paint that top side line, hold on to those tires. He was at Chicagoland just a few weeks ago in the Xfinity Series doing the same damn thing in the Truck Series, really painting the top side of the racetrack here. Jerry Powers, though, really good at playing defense here. He'll hold on to the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to save every bit of rubber on top of that number 99. Closeoutbats.com, Chevy Silverado, ladies and gentlemen. Great racing here. Green flag laps around the Atlanta Motor Speedway here, approaching 35 laps to go. Here comes John Michael Bryant, your mom's favorite driver, as the crowd is starting to do a wave around the racetrack here for John Michael Bryant, waving him on by the traffic here. The battle for the race lead is way in the turns 3 and 4. You have to look back here to the 3rd and 4th place spot of Blake Hochschild and Terry Hughes Jr. Terry Hughes Jr. has used every bit of that Terry inside of that race car. It's just airing up now. The Red Bull Ford Mustang needs an adjustment here. We hear him talking to his pit crew underneath the caution flag here. Jonathan Smith on the box here tonight for the number 81 of Terry Hughes Jr. telling him to hold on here. You're doing good. You're running up here in this 4th place spot. Hold on to me. We can get out here to the caution flag maybe. Or maybe we can get down for green flag pit stops here. Ladies and gentlemen, tons of guys off strategy here. Nicholas Maynard comes off pit road. He just goes down pit road. He'll take 4 freshman year tires here. He'll drive back around the guys that he's in front of him. So strategy is up in the air here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel with less than 40 laps to go here. Kyle Fallon looking to make some adjustments through the pack. James Fallon loose off the corner. Caution flag is out here. Caution flag is out for James Fallon. The number 24 Valvoline Chevy Silverado goes around through the corner here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We'll back that ass up here for the instant replay. Make sure you grab you a piece here is the number 24 Valvoline machine. We'll need an oil change after this one. We'll back that ass up one more time with the number 24 as he was big loose off the corner. It seems already he was driving down here in the Bass Pro Shops logo. Maybe scraped the outside wall here. We'll take a look and ride with James Fountain as he looks like he took one adventurous one of a ride here. Outside wall collected there across the front stretch. Able to hold on to it here. Up underneath the camera. Takes it down into turns 1 and 2 though. Just gets big loose on him here as he locks it down with that left front tire. The caution flag is triggered here for James Fountain, driver the number 24 Chevy Silverado. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll bring out the caution flag with 35 laps to go. We'll take that commercial break and be back in just a moment. Jerry Powers, the race leader. Back here to the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We're underneath the caution flag for the 4th time here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. I believe James Fountain comes off a pit road right there. I mean, not off a pit road, but James Fountain gets a little loose off of turns 4. And he'll slat the outside wall, go around there in the turns 1 and 2 there. That'll trigger the caution flag. And ladies and gentlemen, the pit stops are on our way here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Jerry Powers will be the one bringing the field down on the pit road. We'll try to walk it through to the best of our abilities. It'll be Jerry Powers pulling into his box. He's talking about an air pressure adjustment out the left rear, 4 fresh good tires, and a full tank of Sunoco race fuel. Kevin Tankles will slide in his box. They'll jack up the right side of the Budweiser number 4 Chevy Silverado. So at least 4 Goodyear tires and a full tank of Sunoco race fuel for Kevin Tankos. James Fowler's got the first spot here on the pole position. Kevin Tankles to battle Jerry Powers off pit road. You have to give it to the Budweiser team of Kevin Tankos over Jerry Power. He'll win the battle on pit road. Give it to Blake Koschchild. He'll jump up a spot here. Holden Wheeler will will jump a couple spots. Terry Hughes Jr. will jump over as I'm hearing from the admin. Holden Wheeler speeding off a pit road. A big killer penalty there for the number 11 Toyota TRD Pro of Holden Wheeler, who have to start shotgun tail in the field. So it'll go like this: Blake Koschchild, Terry Hughes Jr., Kyle Fountain, Chase Johnson, John Michael Bryant when he comes back around, and Trent Hughes off of pit road now. James Fountain will come down pit road and stay there, try to get that thing. And that damage exists here. Nicholas Maynard will stay out on the racetrack looking for the wave around here, and Bobby Kyle will be the lucky dog. Bark, 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 bark for the number 777 hometown guy of Bobby Kyle. Like everybody else starting to catch the back half of the field here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, reminding you the Nap Daddy Racing Designs. Because I've had that on there the whole time. And I apologize, that is my fault here, but we'll call the pit stops presented to you by NapDaddyRacingDesigns.com. Go check them out today for your custom light scheme, paint scheme, and liveries, as I totally meant to. Have that down there on the main broadcast for you folks for those pit stops here, but hopefully you got to see everything you wanted. My apologies here. 30 laps to go. It's going to be here when we get ready to go back racing. Kevin Tankos will win the battle off pit road with a great 4-tire stop and a full tank of Sunoco Racing fuel inside of that number 4. He's ready to get back going here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. This is how they shake up right here. Everybody besides Chase Johnson is pitted on lap 31. Chase Johnson restopped on lap 15 to top off for 4 fresh Goodyear tires and some Sunoco Racing fuel. He's currently shook his way back up here to the 6th place spot, so a great rebounding day for Chase Johnson, celebrating his 27th birthday here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Looking for a great run. Kevin Tankos looking to go back to victory lane here on the MRL Madness Racing League's TNA Truck Series. Peter the Pace Car will hang that lift on the pit road. It'll be all Kevin Tankos in charge here. Green flag is in the air on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Back green here in the Bass Pro Shop 150. Chase Johnson, James Fountain all over each other here on the restart. Guys spinning tires. Kyle Fountain, the older brother of James Fountain, to pull up right on the bottom door of James Fountain. The battle ripping through the gears. Turns 1 and 2 is almost over. Blake Koschchild, 3 wide up the middle. Chase Johnson will lift a little bit, fall back in line. Blake Koschchild on that number 6 Toyota's had some speed here tonight. Can this Toyota get going here? They look like they've made an air pressure adjustment inside of that number 6 machine. As he's trying to get that thing up to temperature here, falling back on the restart here. But Terry Hughes Jr. has shot out of a rocket here on this restart. On the outside here, he's got the number 24, James Fountain, right behind him. Terry Hughes Jr. looking for his first ever Madness Racing win here tonight in Atlanta. Talked to Terry Hughes Jr. earlier this week. He said he couldn't wait to get to Charlotte 2 weeks from now to take on the next gen at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, you can check that out on the Booty Scoot Racing channel TikTok page right here 2 weeks from now. Our Stars and Stripes race. Going to try to support the troops there that night. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Fountain pulling door to door here with Chase Johnson. The battle's on here for the top 5 spot on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 29 laps to go here. Kevin Tankos and Jerry Powers battling door to door here for the race lead, and the battle ain't going nowhere. You best believe it, that closeoutbass.com continues to knock base hit after base hit. Here comes Terry Hughes Jr. looking to battle for the race lead. He'll send it 3 wide up the middle. Terry Hughes Jr. says, I got a mission to be on. Terry Hughes will try the bottom side. He's up to the 2nd place spot. Terry Hughes Jr. will cut the fastest lap on the racetrack that last time around. It will run a 30.86. He'll try for the race lead. Terry Hughes Jr. down on the bottom side. But Jerry Powers will throw the block and shut the air off back to the back bumper of the number 81. He'll have to reset himself, gather it back up on the top side. Battling door to door for the race lead, though, it's Kevin Tankos and Jerry Powers through 3 and 4. Up underneath the lows, turn 3 side. The crowd will roar off the corner for Terry Hughes Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, here they come. Showtime. Chase Johnson multi-time winner this season in the Madness Racing League Truck Series. Starting to charge his way through the field. James Fallon on the march as well. Can these two guys get the track position that they need? Get back up here. It's Holden Wheeler has worked his way back up here from that green flag for that pit stop penalty. Underneath the caution flag, speeding on pit road for the number 11 Toyota Red Horse. He's back out here battling hard for James Fallon for this top 5 spot. And Holden Wheeler will get it that last time around. What a run here. 25 laps to go here. Next time around, Terry Hughes Jr. will try the bottom side of the racetrack. The battle for the race lead is in between these 3 drivers. None of them with a win this season, locked into the playoff. Jerry Powers will look down low. He'll try to cut the air off to the number 81, get position for the number 4, diving into turns 3 and 4. Jerry Powers will make sure he'll enter high there into turns 3 and 4 to make sure Kevin Takos commits to the top side of the racetrack. Yeah, that'll open up the door for Terry Hughes Jr. Terry Hughes Jr. who stays committed and tries to ride here, try to save a little bit of tire. He might be able to connect them on the long run. But meanwhile, Blake Hochschild and Kyle Fallon are battling back here. Jerry Powers looking to go for the race lead here off of turn 2 though. Down the back straightaway. Jerry Powers really able to hold on to the number 4 there this time through turns 3 and 4 though. Terry Hughes Jr. will back out of the gas just a tad bit there, looking for the race lead. Down the back, across the front stretch, through the dog leg. 25 laps to go here in the Madness Racing League. Wide for the race lead. Kevin Takos will slap the outside wall. That'll open up the door big time for Terry Hughes Jr. Terry Hughes Jr. has all the momentum that he needs in the turn 3 and 4 to run down the number 99 closeout back machine of Jerry Powers. Does Terry Hughes Jr. have any in the tank? Does he have enough fuel to get to the end with 25 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel? James Fallon, his older brother Kyle Fallon right behind him, followed by Blake Hochschild. John Michael Bryant battling hard for this 6th place spot here. Nobody's giving an inch here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. 23 laps to go next time around. If you're wanting a playoff spot, you got to go now. Kyle Fallon, James Fallon, the 2 brothers, picking doors down the back straightaway. Family ties don't give a damn, don't mean shit here in the Madness Racing League. Kyle Fallon to pull the slide job over the number 24, James Fallon. Off of turns 3 and 4, Kyle Fallon, the United States Air Force veteran, has put something inside of that race car. He asked for a air pressure adjustment, a couple runs out the back way. Kevin Takos again on the outside wall, scraping it hard through turns 1 and 2. That's what happens when you stay committed. He'll battle door to door here with John Michael Bryant. Kevin Takos, not what he wanted to see here, all the way from battling for the race lead. Can't stay out of that outside wall here. The battle for the race lead, though, starting to heat up here. Terry Hughes Jr. has set a little pace here. He'll run the quicker lap that last time compared to the race leader, Jerry Powers. Not the fastest on the racetrack. With that one, a Holden Wheeler, this number 11 Toyota. He'll scrape the outside wall through turns 1 and 2. But the only similar difference there is that Blake Hochschild machine right there. 2 Toyotas battling their way back through the field here on the long run. This has been the topic all night long. We talked about it coming into tonight's event here. The key topics to tonight's race is staying on top of the racetrack, keeping that balance inside of that race car. Blake Hochschild will try to shut the air off there to the number 11 of Holden Wheeler. Not able to do it. Really got to give my props out to the number 11 of Holden Wheeler, as he has drove one hell of a race here tonight through black flags for speeding on pit road. And he just drove his way up here to the top 5. Kyle Fallon, big loose off the back straightaway, contact with John Michael Bryant. Hard on the inside wall. Caution flag is out here. 21 laps remaining. Wow. Big contact there to the boogeyman of John Michael Bryant off of the front bumper. Cousin Big Country Kyle Fallon will back that ass up here and take a look at what happened. John Michael Bryant was already pissed off tonight underneath the REC Racing Electronics scanner. Not happy with the way that he was raced earlier in tonight's race. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have to take a look here and see what happened. We've seen Kyle Fallon, big loose off the corner, battling door-to-door there with John Michael Bryant for a couple turns. We'll back it up even more here. These guys are absolutely going at it. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what you're supposed to do here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And if you don't expect no more, the Tyler's supposed to appear of Kyle Fallon. Looks like he just gets a little loose off the bottom side of the corner and snaps loose onto there. He'll flick the outside of John Michael Bryant, who eventually goes down the inside wall. Pow! Some heads-up driving there, though, for the number 23 of John Michael Bryant. We'll back that ass up one more time and see if we can't ride on board with the boogeyman John Michael Bryant here. Take a look and see what happens if you see Kyle Fallon Coming on the inside of the boogeyman here, and that's Tyler's supposed to appear orange machine, and just gets put there. Nothing John Michael Bryant can do but lock down the brake. Bang! On the inside, John Michael Bryant head rattles back and forth, but he's got his Hans Vice connected. And it looks like he's okay. He's able to refire the number 23 Ford F-150. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Don't go nowhere. Bang, 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 bang! Back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and we are slowly approaching less than 20 laps to go here for the Bass Pro Shops. 150 live here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Chase Johnson will throw a fake there, so will Holden Wheeler. For the guys coming out pit road, Kevin Tankos has got Madness Racing League driver Jonathan Smith on the pit box here tonight, calling the shots for him. Jonathan Smith will bring down his number 4, Kevin Tankos driver, down on the pit road. He's making an adjustment. Kyle Fountain will come down here to get 4 fresh tires after getting loose off the corner, calls in a caution. James Fountain, the younger brother, will come down. So will the boogeyman after getting ran into. Nicholas Maynard, that Booty Scoot Racing Maynard Motors machine, will bring it down on the pit road as well. His guys will jump the machine here. They'll jump the right side of the wall here. Jack on the right side of the number 02 Maynard Motors machine. So at least 4 Goodyear tires for the number 02 of Nicholas Maynard. James Fountain here, 4 Goodyear tires and a full tank of Sunoco race fuel. So as well as Kevin Tankos to fix a little bit of the damage after scraping the outside wall. We'll give it to Nicholas Maynard. No, Bobby Kyle, the hometown guy, off of pit road there from Honorsville, Georgia, over Nicholas Maynard. The battle off pit road. James Fountain still stuck on pit road with Kevin Tankos. Kyle Fountain trying to get a little bit of that damage repaired. So it's John Michael Bryant. Tony Cook down here on pit road as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll jump back up here to the front of the pack where things are really starting to get dicey here. Jerry Powers II from Park Ridge, New Jersey. Never won a race here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Can tonight be his 19 laps to go here to close out bats? Number 99 has just been hitting base hit after base hit tonight. Playing great defense with that number 99. Terry Hughes Jr. has reached Mach speed here tonight in that number 81 Red Bull Ford F-150. He might get a full-time Red Bull sponsorship after this performance here tonight as the number 4 of Kevin Tankos works his way off a pit road there after extended damage and held by Jonathan Smith, the fill-in crew chief here tonight for the number 4, but Terry Hughes Jr. on the outside here, starting in the second place spot with 18 laps to go with a chance to win his first race here tonight. And I believe it would have went green there. The battle between Jerry Powers and Terry Hughes Jr. had been won for the record books here. Blake Hochschild has had the run here tonight to talk about. The number 6, Toyota TRD Tundra Pro have came to life on the long run. Both long runs we've had, Blake Hochschild has been able to drive his way up through the field, and Holden Wheeler has had one hellacious race here tonight. 2 black flags for the number 11 of Holden Wheeler, but able to overcome those quick and early. He's up 10 spots from where he started. Chase Johnson looking to steal another one here tonight, celebrating his 27th birthday here tonight in Atlanta with you folks here on the TikTok platform. Can the Flow Racing number 5 season 1 champion still one here tonight from the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Bass Pro Shop 150. Get ready to go back racing. Terry Hughes Jr. on the outside. Jerry Powers on the inside. Terry Hughes Jr. hits the gas. He'll spin his tires. Terry Hughes Jr. gets loose, goes around. Contact's made. Everybody piles up here across the front stretch. Caution flag flies. Parking lot here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel across the front stretch. We will back that ass up. Terry Hughes Jr. No. Commentator jinx, I will call it for myself. We'll back that ass up here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. We will commentate jinx the number 81 Terry Hughes Jr. right into a disaster here on the restart. We'll back that ass up here. Everybody involved. Younger brother Trent Hughes gets a piece as well. As you see Freddie the flagman absolutely doing that sick dance move with his arm there. Terry Hughes Jr. gets loose, smacks the outside of the number 6 of Blake Hochschild. Trent Hughes trying to check up, gets ran over by Nicholas Maynard. Nicholas Maynard hard on the inside of Terry Hughes. That slaps the outside. Kyle Fountain able to escape through here. That sends Terry Hughes Jr. jumping up here. Tony Cook slaps hard in the inside. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody involved here. We'll back that ass up one more time here. We'll ride out the back bumper of Terry Hughes Jr. See if we can't see what he's seen, as we know he's spent a little bit of tire here. Big shots there from everybody here across the front stretch. We'll back that ass up one more time. See if we can't ride on board with the Home Run Cafe number 33 machine of Tony Cook here. As the wreck was happening in front of him here. Just trying to lay on the brake here. Bam! Hard into the inside of the wreck there. Travel Wall's involved as well. And that number 7 rock and roll racing machine was already tore up. They get it repaired. And he's got more damage here. Again, we'll back it up one more time here. I'll see if we can't ride out the front bumper of Travel Wall's rock and roll racing number 7. Travel Wall sees the wreck in front of him, trying to check up. Nicholas Mater makes contact. Way to navigate his way through there with the minimum damage possible there, but everybody piles up behind. Here on the Woody Scoot Racing channel, parking lot across the front stretch, the crowd will roar. John Michael Bryan involved as well. We'll take that commercial break here. Should be about 10 laps to go when we go back racing. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here to the Woody Scoot Racing channel. You are watching the closing laps here of the Bass Pro Shop 150 for the Madness Racing League Total Non-Stop Action Truck Series Season 2, race number 4. As Chase Johnson and the rest of these guys catch the back of Peter, the pace car. This is race number 4, and ladies and gentlemen, the playoffs is right around the corner. But we'll get ready to work these pit stops here tonight with less than 20 to go. Looks like everybody else that didn't go previously is going to bring it on down, maybe plus some here. On the Woody Scoot Racing channel, the hometown guy of Bobby Kyle will stay out on the racetrack. The crowd will roar for the 777 of Bobby Kyle and Kyle Fountain. They'll put under the previous caution and take 4 fresh Goodyear tires. We'll see how things shake out here. Former race leader Jerry Powers down on pit road. Trent Hughes working his way off pit road as well. Here comes Nicholas Maynard down in his box here. We'll take a look and see what happens. Jerry Powers still down on the pit road. James Fountain still stuck here in the front of the pack on the pit road. Looks like Jerry Powers will be the guy winning that battle off pit road. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how they shake out here on the Woody Scoot Racing channel. James Fountain Scott still down there trying to beat the damage out of that machine. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Powers will roll back out on the race lead. On the third place spot here on the Woody Scoot Racing channel. Kevin Tankos will be the lucky dog that last time around. Bark, 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 bark for the number 4, I'm assuming. As everybody else is coming out in the pit, maybe Trent Hughes. Yeah, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I had that all kinds of confused here as everything starts to relay over here on my ticker. Trent Hughes registered a lucky dog that last time around, but he'll come down pit road, so he will not receive that lucky dog. Is that how the iRacing rules work here? But the hometown guy, Bobby Kyle, 2-time winner here in the Madness Racing League, driving his 777 BKM Toyota from Huntersville, Georgia, right down the road here from Atlanta. Looking to pick up the victory and lock his way into the Madness Racing League Total Non-Stop Action Truck Series playoffs with the win here tonight. Big faith here for Bobby Kyle that he can get it done. Can Kyle Fountain, Big Cousin Country, driving the Tyler's Pub of the Pier, Jim Fountain racing number 59 Chevy Silverado from Clemson, South Carolina. It's got Clemson colors on the car. Never won a Madness Racing League race here before. In the perfect situation to do it here. We'll have 13 laps to go here in the Bass Pro Shop 150 when we get ready to go back racing. It'll be the older Fountain brother here on the outside of Bobby Kyle. So Bobby Kyle on the inside, Kyle Fountain on the outside. Don't get it twisted here. Bobby Kyle up 15 spots from where he started. Chase Johnson around out the second row. He'll be with Jerry Powers, former race leader here on 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Jerry Powers looking for his first Madness Racing League when he's led the majority of the laps here tonight. Can he come back to the race lead? Or will he so desperately leave here again, heartbroken from the Atlanta Motor Speedway? Green flag is back in the air here for the Bass Pro Shop 150. Everybody able to hold it on this time, though, spinning their tires through the Geico restart zone. Bobby Kyle trying to hold on to it here on these old tires. Kyle Fountain got about 2-3 lap different tires than the rest of the pack here on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. He's able to sell out to the race lead down the back straightaway off of turn 2. Cousin Big Country Fountain, the U.S. Air Force veteran, has put a rocket ship to that thing. It looks like a jet here. He's sailing out of turn 3 and 4 with the race lead. Kyle Fountain in control with the race lead here for the Madness Racing League's total nonstop action Truck Series. Holden Wheeler will collect the outside wall there. And here comes younger brother James Fountain trying to make his charge to the front of the pack here on those 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Down the back straightaway, trouble down the back straightaway. Holden Wheeler goes around hard on the inside wall. Caution flag flies here with 12 laps to go on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. Trouble down the back straightaway for the number 11 of Holden Wheeler from Mooresville, North Carolina. We'll bring up the instant replay presented by Pop Sports Bed Swings. We'll back that ass up here. Make sure you grab you a piece as the red horse number 11 Toyota TRD Tundra Pro comes around. This is going to be one awesome shot through your living room here. We'll have to back that ass up here, take a look and see what the hell just happened through turns 1 and 2. We'll take a look here. Holden Wheeler just gets free there. Jerry Powers trying to clear himself, not able to. Holden Wheeler airborne down the back straightaway. Pow, hard on the inside wall here. Able to get on the brakes, back up the racetrack. Holden Wheeler really needs to be able to hold on to the brake there. We'll back that ass up one more time here and ride out the front nose of Holden Wheeler. And we'll see what happened here. It looks like he got a little contact from the left rear after Jerry Powers thought he was coming up clear off the bottom side of turn 3 and 4. Maybe Holden Wheeler maybe went down a little bit, made a little bit of contact. Holden Wheeler almost airborne there. Pow, hard on the inside wall for the number 1 Toyota 11 of Holden Wheeler. He almost don't hold on to the brake there. Tony Cook got to avoid him down on the bottom side. Holden Wheeler will take that mandatory trip to the infield care center if he can't get this thing re-rolling. We'll be back in just a moment here with less than 10 laps to go. Who's going to win here tonight in the Bass Pro Shop 150? Back in a moment. Back here to the Moody Scoot Racing channel, the Madness Racing League excuse me, non-stop action truck series. Cough, cough. That's me telling you to come on out here and join. Or go check out the Home Run Cafe at 810 North Main Street, Greer, South Carolina. 864-915-4721. Go check them out today. Go get them a hot dog or a hamburger or shake, whatever the hell you want. Shake it like your mama made it. Here's the remaining schedule for the Madness Racing League Season 2. Ladies and gentlemen, short track racing 2 weeks from now at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Then we'll head on over in the hills of Kentucky where all the hillbillies will come on out and support the Madness Racing League. Then we will kick off our playoffs for the Season 2 for the Madness Racing League at Iowa on the new repaid. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll throw it back down here on the main broadcast on the Moody Scoot Racing channel. Everybody working their way behind Peter the Pace Car. We will kill the music here and try to walk you through tonight. If you're just now tuning in here tonight, Kyle Fountain, cousin Big Country, driving the number 59. Never won a race here, needs to win to get into the playoffs here. Sitting well in the point standings for the total nonstop action truck series, Mr. Consistent. Big Country up here in the first place spot. On the outside of him, he's going to have to hold off the season 1 champion, the number 5 Flow Racing Chevy Silverado of Chase Johnson, who's looking to steal one here on his 27th birthday here tonight at Atlanta. Jerry Powers, 2 individual races I can name you right now off the top of my head. 2 weeks ago, led over 100 laps at the Richmond Raceway and had it taken from him in the overtime. The closeoutbats.com number 99 has hit base hit after base hit here tonight. He'll definitely take home the extra bonus points here tonight for the most laps led, with 9 laps here to go. Mathematically impossible for anybody in the field to lead more laps than Jerry Powers. James Fountain already took home the plus 5 bonus points for setting on the pole here tonight. Will he have enough inside of that M&M's Valvoline number 24 Chevy Silverado to run down his older brother here? He'll have 8 laps to do it here. And Bobby Kyle able to hold his own there on the outside on the Booty Scoot Racing channel, driving that 777. It goes fast and turn left, and that's damn sure what Bobby Kyle was doing. The 65-year-old looking to go to victory lane here tonight for the Bass Pro Shop 150. Blake Hochschild has had the fastest truck here on the long run here tonight. Looking to make something shake here in that paint house. Number 6, I almost said number shit, because Blake Hochschild is the shit. Fast here tonight on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not entertained up to this point, don't know what to tell you. 2 30-lap flag green runs here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. And it all comes down to right now. Kyle Fountain stomps back on the grass here. We are back green for the Bass Pro Shop 150. Several guys have a chance to lock themselves into the playoffs. Chase Johnson looking to go back-to-back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel on his birthday. James Fountain down on the bottom side. We got a 4-way truck pull away here on the restart. Down the back straightaway, it'll be Powers, Fountain, Johnson, another Fountain, followed by Kyle, Maynard. It looks like going to be Wheeler and Hochschild. They'll all sail up nose to tail here. 3 on the top side, 1 down on the bottom side here. The battle for the race lead is on Kyle Fountain. Trying everything in his power to charge back here on the bottom side. On the top side, here, Kyle Fountain's been committed there to the top side all night long. The U.S. Air Force veteran off of turns 3 and 4. Not going to let Jerry Powers hold him on the outside. Kyle Fountain will get the run that he needs. He's got his little brother on the outside. The 2 Fountain brothers looking to shake and bake here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Can they help each other out to the race lead here with 5, coming to 6 laps to go next time around? Ladies and gentlemen, Chase Johnson losing a little touch here on the front pack, but it'll be Jerry Powers trying back down on the bottom side, door-to-door with Kyle Fountain. Powers and Fountain drag race down the back straightaway. James Fountain will stay on the outside with his older brother Kyle Fountain, trying to give him a little bit of extra draft into the corner. Kyle Fountain will have to anticipate for that, lift a little bit earlier, disanticipated, to make sure he has a little bit of extra grip on that number 59 off of turns 3 and 4. Heading through the dog leg, give it to Jerry Powers that last time around. Kyle Fountain will not accept defeat here on the outside. He'll drive back here on the top side of turns 1 and 2. To me, it looks like Kyle Fountain's got the better truck off of turns 1 and 2, compared to where Jerry Powers is really able to get that number 99 closeout bat Chevy down on the bottom side. Bow ties have prevailed here at the end. 4 bow ties round out the front here. Kyle Fountain, the race leader on the outside, but Jerry Powers is looking to power back here on the inside. Kyle Fountain will hold on to that left rear quarter panel. 4 laps to go here in the Bass Pro Shop 150. 2 Fountain brothers up here, followed by Showtime Chase Johnson. Jerry Powers trying to win his first ever Madness Racing League event down the back straightaway off of turn 2. Jerry Powers big loose, but he's able to hold on to it. That'll open up the door for James Fountain. He'll try the bottom side this time. That'll leave Kyle Fountain on the outside all by himself. Chase Johnson will pull up to the back bumper of the number 24. We got a battle here for the race lead. Riding out the front bumper, James Fountain. That's the battle for the race lead in front of you. 3 laps to go here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Everybody knows the tale here. Who's going to make what move? Here comes Blake Hochschild trying to do the slide job over Bobby Kyle. He'll get it. Bobby Kyle will undercut him here off the corner. Blake Hochschild trying everything in his book to hold on. The 2 Toyotas battle door-to-door in the turns 3 and 4. The battle for the race lead starting to tell the way here. Jerry Powers really able to get out to a car-length advantage over Kyle Fountain. 2 laps to go this time around. White flag next time. Kyle Fountain trying everything he knows in his scrapbook to hold on to this second place spot here. Jerry Powers loving what he sees in his mirror. Heading off the back straight, off of turn 2, down the back straightaway here in the Bass Pro Shop 150. It's going to be Powers. Johnson battling door-to-door with Kyle Fountain. Here comes James Fountain, the younger brother, down on the bottom side. Battles prevailing throughout the field here. Jerry Powers coming through turns 3 and 4 here. He'll see the white flag presented by AFLglobal.com. It'll be Powers, Johnson, and the two Fountain brothers battling door to door here on the white flag. Does Chase Johnson have anything left in this number 5 to try to generate some momentum off of turns 1 and 2? Kyle Fountain to collect the outside wall there. That'll open up the door for James Fountain. Down the back straightaway for the final time here in the night. Jerry Powers sailing into turns 3 and 4 here. It'll be Powers, Johnson, Fountain, Hochschild, and Kyle. But Jerry Powers will come across the line and win the Bass Pro Shops 150, his first race here in the Madness Racing League. What a absolute race there at the end for the final closing 10 laps there. Jerry Powers wins his first Madness Racing League race here in the Madness Racing League, I shall say, on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. Finally, he prevails here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. The Park Ridge, New Jersey driver will head to victory lane here in his number 99. CloseoutBats.com as the rest of the field comes to congratulate the number 99. Jerry Powers will come in here, the first one out on points here with a win here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Nicholas Maynard coming to show a little love to the number 99 of Jerry Powers. That'll lock in the number 99 CloseoutBets.com machine of Jerry Powers. He'll burn it down here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel as he's heading to the playoffs for the Total Nonstop Action Truck Series. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Powers wins here tonight for the first time ever on the Woody Scoot Racing channel. We'll get a first-time winner here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. He'll turn this CloseoutBats.com number 99 machine around here and get ready for the post-race show. The driver interviews. He'll go do a Alan Kowicki victorious lap. He'll turn that number 99 machine around. We'll take a commercial break and be back after this. Don't go nowhere. Welcome back here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel. This is the conclusion of the Bass Pro Shop 150. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw one hell of a show here tonight for the Madness Racing League Total Nonstop Action Truck Series Season 2, race number 4 here at the 2008 Atlanta Motor Speedway. Has just seen Jerry Powers win his way to the playoffs for the first time here in the Madness Racing League. And we have a pit reporter down there on the victory lane with the number 99 as he's stoked to win his first race. To see what he had to say. Go ahead.
Down here in victory lane at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Bass Pro Shops 150, Jerry Powers is down here in victory lane. Jerry, kind of walk us through your night here. The closeout bat Chevy had some speed in it there late. You asked for an air pressure adjustment from the crewmate. About 7 laps to go, you're able to charge through there and hold off the pack for the win.
Wow, what a night, man, here in the Madness Racing League. My first win ever, still can't believe it. Track was an absolute beast. Tires were like gold out there, and every lap felt like a high-stakes poker game. Big shout-out to Closeout Bats, Valley Tent Rental, for keeping me covered off the track, literally and figuratively. But the real MVP was Rush Motorsports. Without Kevin and his support, I probably wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And Terry, thanks for racing me clean there at the end. You made it a fair fight, and that's what it's all about. That's what racing's about. So here's to many more battles, hopefully with fewer tire dramas. And if you excuse me, I'm going to go celebrate before my tires wear out, just standing still.
That's the number 99 of Jerry Powers. He finally brings home the win here in the Madness Racing League. We'll scoot down here to the number 5 of Chase Johnson. Chase, you'll run up here in the second place spot at the Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. Kind of walk us through there as you kind of try to sit there, try to save it a little bit, the closing final 8 laps. You made a push just maybe a little bit too late there. Kind of walk us through your night.
First and foremost, just want to say congratulations to the 99 guys and to Gerald. Man, them guys have been looking for their first win here for a little while now, and they finally got it. So they earned it. So congrats to them guys. But I don't know. I think me and Tanko's got together there on a restart or something, and I got shot to the inside and went to the rear end of the field, and from there it was just playing catch up. But we got another caution. We put some tires back on it, and we were able to march our way back up towards the field. But it's just a fast truck. This track, like Gerald said, this track was just awesome, man. It's reminded me a little bit of a big old dirt track, you know, just on ice every lap. But yeah, fast car. Can't thank everybody enough. Congrats to Gerald again, and we'll do it again here in a couple weeks.
And that's the number 5 of Chase Johnson. He'll get the second place spot here on his 27th birthday. We'll scoot down here to the number 24 Valvoline machine of James Fountain. James, you kind of walked me through your night, top 3 here, the night, shaking and baking with your older brother there at the end, trying to keep him up there in the race lead. Kind of walk us through the night as you get the third place spot.
Yeah, started on pole and led for a while, and then got real racy there and ended up running out of talent, spinning a little bit, got some damage. Was just trying to claw back from that, ended up getting my way back up to the front, and was just trying to push my brother to the win. You know, it seemed like he had a fast car at the time, but he had kind of used him up there, so I just tried to race my way to the end and see what all I could do. And Gerald and Chase were able to hold me off. They had fast cars and were fast all night, and want to thank everybody for coming out, and hope y'all had a good one.
And that's the number 24, James Fountain. We'll scoot down here. The older Fountain brother, Kyle Fountain, Big Country, kind of walk us through your night here. The night, the 59 absolutely came to life there at the end on those 4 fresh Goodyear tires. You lose the lead late there with about 3 laps to go to Jerry Powers. Side by side, some great racing, mere inches from coming to your first win. Just kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, shout out to Gerald, man. That was a hell of a battle. Appreciate the CJR guys for, you know, racing me clean, and my brother trying to help me get a win, apparently. I can tell he's pushing. But, man, on something that I figured I would wreck out at to get 4th place, I'm satisfied, I guess. Led some laps, was able to, you know, compete and almost win the thing. But, yeah, we'll just keep stacking points and try to get in the playoffs, and maybe one of the better tracks there will work. But appreciate everybody for the clean racing. It was rough, man. It was that was a battle, but, yeah, hell of a race. Appreciate the MRL for having me.
And that's the number 59 of Kyle Fountain. Big points day for him. He'll lead some laps here tonight. We'll scoot down to the 5th place driver the number 6 Toyota TRD Tundra Pro, Blake Hochschild. Blake, kind of walk us through your night there. You was battling all throughout the field. Midway pack goes about 50 to 60 laps there. And you're able to soup your way up here to the top 5 here. Just kind of walk us through it.
Yeah, just an overall good night here for the Paint House boys. We started driving up towards the middle there during that green flag run, kind of hoping to see that play out a little bit longer, started catching the leaders there. But definitely started getting close to our first win here, I think. We're starting to get things put together. Definitely excited. Had some fun, clean racing today. Want to give a shout-out to all the boys who came out and raced with us. Definitely, I think, one of our best nights here. Put on the show for everybody. Excited for our next time out here.
That's a much-needed points day for the number 6 Toyota machine of Blake Hochschild. He'll round out the top 5. That'll do it for the drivers' interviews down here. Jerry Powers wins his first race. Back up to the booth.
Back up here to the booth, ladies and gentlemen. We'll try to bring up some music here, kind of walk you through the night. Ladies and gentlemen, this was probably one of the better races that we've had here in quite a freaking while. The Bass Pro Shops 150 from the Madness Racing League damn sure came through here tonight. This was race number 4 for Season 2 for the Madness Racing League's Total Nonstop Action Truck Series. Reminding you that we did take on the old surface here tonight at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I'll throw the final results for anybody that maybe had just joined in here. Kind of walk you through here what the hell just happened tonight. Well, these guys tackled on 100 laps around the Bass Pro Shop 150 for the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll kind of walk you through it here. Here goes Jerry Powers, the second. Locks his way into the playoffs with a win here tonight in the Bass Pro Shop 150. His first of many to come here on the Madness Racing League. Jerry Powers, very fast week in and week out. Chase Johnson will come up one spot short here tonight in his Chase Johnson Racing number 5. Flow Racing Chevy Silverado. 4 bow ties round out the top of the field. Chase Johnson celebrated his 27th birthday here today. He'll bring home the runner-up spot on the podium. James Mountain in that Valvoline Chevy Silverado brought home the 3rd place spot here tonight. He'll go around early in the night's event, but way to recover right there from James Fountain. He'll get a top 5 here tonight. Big points day here tonight for Big Country Kyle Fountain from Clemson, South Carolina. In contention right there at the end to win his first ever Madness Racing League and win his way into the Madness Racing League playoffs for the Truck Series. That dies down here in just a couple weeks. Kyle Fountain with a big points day, though, leading some laps there at the end, trying to bake the field with Jerry Powers. Both of these guys looking for their first win. He'll get the top 5 spot. Blake Hochschild, the man of the topic of the night, didn't want to ruin the post-race interviews there, but looking at the last lap times there, Blake Hochschild put a 10th of a faster lap down than the race leader, Jerry Powers. So we would have had some more green flag runs. I'm almost sure Blake Hochschild had the truck here to beat tonight. But in the end, it was 4 bow ties that rounded out these 2 Toyotas. But Blake Hochschild bringing home the 5th place spot here tonight. Arnersville, Georgia Toyota driver, Bobby Kyle for BKM Racing, brought home the 6th place spot here tonight. The hometown driver, as the fans went crazy, he'll sell out of that gray and red BKM 777 hat and shirt combo out there in the holler in the fan zone. You have to order online to get some more merch from Bobby Kyle. Great run here tonight. Kevin Tankos, the Rush Motorsports driver owner, the 20-year-old from Hawthorne, New Jersey. Hey, maybe he had a little mini 2 Budweisers there. Maybe they exchanged the water for Budweiser underneath the caution flag. He couldn't get out the outside wall there in the closing laps, but he'll lead a little bit of laps here today. Add some points to his total score that he needed. Looking to advance to the playoffs here in a couple weeks. Kevin Tankos will bring home the 7th place spot. Holden Wheeler, the man of the hour here tonight. 2 pit stop penalties here tonight for Holden Wheeler for speeding off of pit road. Able to rebound, though, up 7 spots from where he started. He'll finish in the 8th place spot here tonight. Nicholas Maynard and his 02 Team Penske Maynard Motors from Wilford, South Carolina. Ford F-150 had the Booty Scoot Racing symbol on the sign here tonight. We appreciate that. He'll round out the top 10 spot here tonight. A great run for him. The top 10 will go to Terry Hughes Jr., the 81XI Racing team owner. Badass here tonight. Shot out of a rocket. Was able to get up there to the race lead with Jerry Powers. I'm pretty sure he maybe might be able to stuck across the line for an extra couple laps led for some points tonight for the number 81. We'll scoot down here to another great finish for the 81XI Racing of Trent Hughes, the younger brother. The number 18 machine was on topic here tonight. He'll finish on the lead lap. Keep progressing every week for the number 18 of Trent Hughes. Tony Cook here, not happy with the way that he was raced there by Holden Wheeler earlier in tonight's event. Him and Trent Hughes will bang doors there in the back half of the field, but Tony Cook gets big damage after the inside wall, but he'll round out here for the top 12 spot. He'll finish on the lead lap. We'll scoot back down here, the Rock and Roll Racing's number 7 from Pelzer, South Carolina, Travel Wall. He'll round out the 13th place spot here tonight. The boogeyman of John Michael Bryant, your mom's favorite driver, not so happy here tonight at the racetrack for the Bass Pro Shop 150. The J Money Motorsports machine just didn't have pace here tonight to stay up there, but he did get out front there on some pit stop strategy. He'll take 4 tires before everybody else, lead some laps, and add some most so desperately points needed there to that 14th place spot. Alex Young Money Morales from Elk Grove, California will make his debut here in the Booty Scoot Racing channel, and it'll last 8 laps here after collecting the outside wall. He'll rebound here, be back here in a couple of weeks for the Xfinity Series. Alex Morales looking to work his way in here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for his first ever win in the Madness Racing League. Chris Knighty, not what he was needing here tonight for the 81XI Racing machine, gets loose on lap number 2 and pummels the inside fence and kills the triple deuce left front. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do it here on the Booty Scoot Racing channel for what we got here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Powers wins his first race ever here for the Madness Racing League here tonight at Atlanta and locks his way into the playoffs for the race here, the Bass Pro Shop 150. That'll do it for us here in Hampton, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen. Reminding you to head on over to the YouTube page for all the 4 races posted there, and have yourself a great weekend.
Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about?